As a player, though, how quickly do you move on?
Very quickly, unfortunately. Dele Alli spoke obviously very highly of the manager there, but as soon as Mourinho walks in, he'll switch it on and he'll be totally professional. It's bizarre how quickly football moves, isn't it? I mean, 1 minute you're at a Champions League final, you share an emotional moment with a man you call a friend, as he did there, and straight away you've got a new friend.
We've said, haven't we, for the last couple of years, Maurizio, can he win trophies? Can he win titles? We've not said, can Harry Kane win trophies? Can Dele Alli win trophies? It's always been about the manager. We now have a manager at Tottenham who we know can win trophies. So now it's about the players, isn't it? Now we'll find out.
Well, it's about the players as well, but it's also about what goes on above Jose, because you can replace Pochettino with Jose, but you still need to give him the ingredients. Daniel Levy still needs to reinvest in this team. Like I said, we looked at a team from 3 years ago and there's a lot of the same names. That doesn't happen at top clubs. You need to constantly refresh, rebrand the team. So, yes, Jose will come in, there'll be a change of mentality, there'll be a change of what's acceptable on the pitch and off the pitch, but also, what does the club do now? They've got in my opinion, they've got the final piece of the jigsaw in front now, but they still need to invest. Come January and come the end of the season, they need to freshen that team up.
There has to be a bit of give and take between the manager and the chairman, I think, because notoriously in previous clubs, Mourinho's not cared about age, he's not cared about resale value, and I know from personal experience when I was at the club, it was a policy of buying young players in big quantity, good young players like the Dele Allis and the ones we've seen come through. Kyle Walker was bought, Danny Rose was bought at young ages, bring them through and sell them for a lot of money. And I think it's not genuinely how Mourinho works, so there will have to be give and take. But having seen the interviews that he's been given, I think he's been well briefed in the fact that he's mentioning academies, he's mentioning improving
You
players.
judge a man on what he does, not what he says, though.
Of course. Well, listen, the proof will be in the pudding. We'll see that in time. But everyone will be smiles. Everyone will be, full of energy today, I imagine. Come January, if he's not getting the players he wants, it might be a slightly different story.
See, there's been a lot of talk about whether Jose Mourinho can fit the Tottenham mould, right? But this is a Tottenham mould that's been created by Daniel Levy, and we can see actually the spend, the Daniel Levy spend in his time at Tottenham by comparison to Jose Mourinho. Yeah. It's different, right?
This is a change of policy for Tottenham. There's no way, Daniel Levy's not a silly man. There's no way he's bringing Jose Mourinho in and you think Jose's going to sit there and go, yeah, I'm going to accept these 21-year-olds and we're going to try and develop them and finish fourth. Jose Mourinho is coming in and they would have had a conversation. He said, right, this is the players that I'm going to want. These are the type of players I'm going to want to win trophies. I think this is a change of course. I think the last 10 years, the Levy, Pochettino era, I think has developed, done a great job business-wise for the club. Now they're at a transitional period. And it's a gamble, but they've gone and got Jose in, clear winner. But what goes on above him? Is he allowed to sign the players he's got? If he is, the club will be a powerhouse and they've
win
got
the training ground. They've got the new stadium. Maybe we will now see Tottenham going out and splashing 80, 90 million pounds on players. Just because that's been the model till now, that doesn't mean that Daniel Levy thinks that's the right model going forward.
Well, I think that's why the change has been made. I think because they're so far away from the top four at the minute. It was 11 points, and Leicester and Chelsea look strong. So it's going to be difficult for them to break in there. And I think the reason it was so cutthroat, the change was made, and Mourinho's come in is because they need the top four. They've spent a hell of a lot of money on that stadium. They've spent a lot of money on the training ground, and they need to spend again in January if they want any chance of getting in that top four.
Look, we're going to get the team news in about a minute and a half. Who is this good for in the Tottenham team?
I think it's good for all the players. I think there was refreshing of the squad is needed, but I think for the players that are there, they will get galvanised from having Jose, and they're not silly. They would have all grown up watching Jose, and they'd have seen him consistently winning trophies, getting the best out of players. I think for me, if you ask me personally, I think it's a great thing for. I think it's a great thing for Dele Alli. I think he'd look in recent weeks like he needed a change of mindset. Like you said with his interview, he looked very close to Pochettino, and sometimes that's a good thing, and sometimes it can get a bit emotional. When you're being left out, when you're trying to tell him off. But I think with Jose in, I think similar to maybe when Lampard, we were talking off camera now, when Lampard was 26 when Jose came in. Dele's in and around that age. Is he going to go on them now and go on to the next level and keep going scoring them goals he did of a couple of years ago and get even better? I think it's a great thing for Dele Alli.